Hey, welcome back everyone. What I'm going to do in this little short section here is I'm going to show people how I put a pewter medallion on the walking stick. Now, this is my wife's walking stick. She loves eagles, so I got her this nice little eagle. I got it from Tree Line USA, where I get just about everything for my walking sticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything lined up here so I can just go right down the list and show you everything. I know it's not difficult. There's many different ways of attaching it, but this is the way I do it, and it seems to work out really good. So be back to you in a jiff. Okay, the first thing I do is I score up the back of the medallion. They're already kind of rough when they come, because pewter is not a real smooth material. But what I use is I take a small, depends on which size you want, the bigger one or the small one. I just happen to have this one handy for the Dremel sanding drum, and I just go on the back and make sure that it's really scarred up real good. And I guess I should back up here. You want to find exactly where you want to put your medallion, and you want it to fit. So I wanted to have it fit right here, and you want it to be level across. I'm putting this one in line with the concho of her stick, so when she walks, the eagle is sticking out. And then I put a black dot with permanent marker where I want it, because the stick is all finished. And then I take the same little drum, sanding drum, and I make sure that it is dull and scratched. You don't want to do it a whole lot. You want to kind of just make sure that you get it basically where the medallion's going to sit. Otherwise you'll have a big old spot there that's all scratched up. But if it comes out a little bit on the sides, that's not too bad, because when you go over it with your polish, it'll go ahead and cover that up a little bit. And a lot of times their sticks are smaller or they're bigger than the curve of the medallion. So what I do is I set it on the stick, and then I push it down on one end, and then I have this rubber sand-filled hammer. It's called a Strike Pro, I don't know why, but anyway. And then I hit it, and pewter's pretty soft, so you can go ahead and bend it around a little bit, but you can't bend it around a lot, otherwise you're going to break it. So you got to really take care of how you do it. And I got mine so it fits pretty good. It's not perfect, but you're really never going to get them perfect. So now that we've got that done, the eagle is sanded, your stick is sanded, they're wiped down, cleaned off. Now it's time to mix the epoxy. Now I use a clear, and I think that's the best. I use JB Weld, and it's a clear. And when it dries, you can't tell that it's there. I know there's a lot of epoxies out there that are gray, and there's even one that's black that I've seen. I prefer the clear on everything that I do with a walking stick or a cane, just because it's clear. So what I'm going to do is I am going to turn the camera off a little bit and get the epoxy mix. You don't need a whole lot, but you don't want to cheat yourself on the epoxy. You want the epoxy over a lot. And then I almost forgot one of the most important parts. I use a rubber band. And what I do, if I can ever get it around here so you can see it, I put the rubber band on and then I double it over, and sometimes you even have to triple them, but I believe that double will work on this one. The stick is pretty big, and then I slide it up. I put it just below where the turn the stick around here again, just below where I put the dot, and that's where it's going to hold on to the eagle, because once you got it set on there, then you just set it on top and roll it up, and it'll hold it there and let it dry. Now that's one of the easiest ways I've found. So let me turn the camera off, get the epoxy all ready to go, and we'll get going on gluing this thing on. Okay, now I'm ready here. I take a little bit and put it on the stick. And then I try to cover as much of the medallion as I can. And I notice I didn't even let you see the stick. The medallion, I coat it everywhere, even if it don't really touch the walking stick, just because it might adhere a little bit. Okay, now I got it on there. I got it on the walking stick. So what I do, I set her on. Make sure it's lined up pretty good. And then I get the rubber band on it. And this epoxy sets in 5 minutes, it says, but it takes a lot longer to cure. So you can move it around a little bit if you need to. That one's sitting pretty straight, and if you really want to, you can go and wipe off where you see a little bit of the epoxy sticking out. If you want to wipe it off a little bit, you can go ahead and do that. But that looks, I'd say, pretty darn good. It's contact about everywhere, I'd say, that it can. And it's straight. So I'm hoping that's where it's going to be. And just set it up someplace out of the way where it's not going to roll off or get knocked down, or. But that's the way I do it. I know it. I fumbled around a little bit here, but sometimes it's really hard for me to. Let me get my rag here. To talk and to do it at the same time. It's kind of like chewing bubble gum and walking. And sometimes it's hard to do. 'Cause I concentrate so much on what I'm doing that a lot of times I don't talk as good as I should, I guess. But it's on there. It's going to be good. This epoxy is really good, strong stuff, of course. I have had the idea of getting some real fine, short screws and trying to go into where it's not as noticeable, and put a small hole and countersink it a little bit and get those screws down in there. But I think the epoxy works good. I haven't had mine fall off, and it's been on for a while. So I guess that's the name of that tune, and thank you for watching this. And if you have any ideas that I haven't thought of about this, let me know. Write me a comment on it. Thank you for watching. Well, what I'm going to do on this walking stick, this is one of the smaller ones in diameter that I've got. This is going to be for stock. I'm going to put 3 balls on it, and hopefully I can still do it. I haven't done it for a while. So as you can see, I've got the lines marked. So I'm going to take the camera and put it down and do I guess it's would be called a stop cut, where my blade is straight up and down and just all the way around all 3 of them, and then just start carving into it. So let me get the camera pushed down there and see what we can do here. Oh, gotta get my glasses on here. I ain't gonna be able to see a thing. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off and do some carving, and then I'll come back once I get a little bit more done on it, because to sit here and just watch me carve is, I'm sure, boring. So I'll turn the camera off and be back with you in a little while. As you can see, I have got the top ball pretty much to shape. Okay, working on the last ball, get it shaped. I'm not done with the other balls. I'm going to get them all pretty much formed and then finish them as I go. And remember, everyone, get your walking sticks, your hiking sticks, your canes, whatever you use, and get out there, because nature is beautiful. Okay, that's about all the old hands can take for today, and probably a little too much. But got some done. Needs to be refined. I actually was looking at a bigger ball, a smaller ball, and a bigger ball, so we'll have to see if I can get it done yet. Okay, I'm gonna stop this, go in the house. I got some other videos I gotta to work on and get them uploaded. So I will probably be out here again tomorrow, and it's going to be cooler tomorrow too, so we'll see you then. Bye bye.